Welcome to Integrity Inspire, your daily dose of inspiration and motivation, featuring the bright and talented members of the Integrity Marketing Group family. Now, here's your host, Integrity co-founder and CEO, Brian W. Adams.
Well, good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us for today's Inspire podcast. I'm so glad to be with you today and have another exciting podcast here. As you know, a number of our Integrity partners have started out as family businesses. And as we continue to partner with some amazing people out in the industry, today we have another incredible family business that's joining us on the Inspire podcast. Mark and Emily Gilliam started Southern Insurance Group, which just joined the Integrity family. They're headquartered in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, and Southern Insurance Group is one of the top agencies in the country specializing in the Medicare markets. Mark and Emily started the agency over 30 years ago and have built it into a strong, stable force that it has become today. And it's been amazing to watch them from afar and how they've just continued to serve Americans with their Medicare needs. And when I say this is a family business, this is truly a family business. Mark and Emily's daughters also have joined them in the business. Alison and Abby are also working to add Southern Insurance Group's proud legacy, and are poised to do some amazing things for the company as they are now part of Integrity. And it's been so much fun getting to know and getting to spend time with the Gilliams. They understand what it takes to succeed in this business, and they're deeply committed to taking care of their agents and their clients. And we are truly, truly honored to have Mark, Emily, and Alison Gilliam here today with us to share some of their stories. So, Mark and Emily and Alison, thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Inspire podcast.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. We're very proud of what we've built and feel honored to be part of your team and Integrity. We were talking the other day. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, like we were talking about the other day, I was born in a really small town, Centerville, Tennessee, about 2,000 people. I was a college dropout. I wanted to get on with my life and career as soon as I could. So early on, I was a professional photographer. That's how Emily and I met. Photography was a passion, but it didn't pay the bills. So I became an insurance agent in November, way back in 1980. I worked hard at it and eventually became a top agent.
And Brian, I grew up here in Lawrenceburg. After I finished with school, I moved to Nashville and worked in the finance department at a company in Nashville. And as Mark said, we met at his photography studio, and that was the day that changed everything really for me. We started our insurance business while we were living at my mom's house. Our first desk was at her kitchen table. Mark figured out the business, and I figured out the numbers. We made a really good team. At the time, no computers, no cell phones. We had to literally write everything down on white index cards and to stay organized.
Wow. Yeah. So Mark, I like this is amazing to hear. Just the American success story that you guys are, and the fact that you just mentioned that you were a college dropout. One of the things we found as part of this Inspire podcast is we've gone around and talked to all of our different partners, is how many people either didn't go to college. I mean, some didn't even graduate high school, or they didn't go to college, or they dropped out of college. And we also have many that went through college and have done incredibly well. But the one key thing that we found is that people who are willing to work hard and stay humble have accomplished some amazing things. And so and the other thing is most people didn't just wake up and say I wanted to be in the insurance business either, right? And so I love the fact as we just think about this for a minute, that if there's somebody on this call or somebody that you're talking to and they go, man, I don't know, I didn't get the right education, I didn't, I wasn't built in, I wasn't raised in a wealthy family or whatever. I mean, one of the greatest things about this business is you can come from any background and any education or no education at all and be a huge success. I mean, isn't that amazing as you kind of think about just the incredible business we're part of?
Yeah, Brian, it's, we got started focusing on Medicare, and it's been key for us. And we helped develop a med sup a long time ago for Pioneer Life, and it made a big impact on our growth. What has also been important is how hard we were willing to work day in, day out. Our philosophy has been this: if you make your weekly sales goal by Wednesday, you don't take off and go fishing, brother. You keep selling.
Right.
You've got to get up early in the morning and plan and work your plan and execute the plan. And there's no business or selling philosophy that is as powerful or as effective as old-fashioned hard work.
Hard work every time. Now, Emily, you mentioned that you started out of your mom's kitchen. Tell us a little bit about that. What were those days like?
We did, Brian. At the time, my mom had retired from her workplace, and so Mark wrote several policies. I think you guys may remember the union casualty. He wrote a lot of hospital policies, major medical, with her friends who had retired. And so that's how basically we got started. And a lot of our business has changed since the days in the kitchen. But what really hasn't changed, Brian, is our focus on Southern hospitality. We believe in taking great care of our agents and treating them the way we would want someone to treat us. People remember you when you're there for them. They're loyal to you when you're loyal to them. It's been wonderful also to watch Alison and Abby continue ahead with the tradition of great service we've worked so hard in our business to establish.
Well, you guys, I mean, Emily, you're the definition of Southern hospitality. I've been to your home, I've been to y'all's the farm, and it's just like you're part of the family right off the bat, and I've loved getting to spend time with you guys and just getting to know you, because I think that the hard work, and if you think about what Mark was talking about, that hard work, just being willing to go, I'm not going fishing, even if I met my quota on Wednesday or Thursday, I'm not going fishing. I'm going to finish out a strong week. That hard work really defines people, and I think that if anybody ever says, like, what's been the key to your success, man, it's like, I'm going to outwork anybody, right? And I think that a lot of our partners, that's what we found, is people staying humble, serving people, that servant's heart, and that Southern hospitality, and just making it a place where people want to be around you. And y'all at Southern Insurance Group have done an incredible job, and I love that, and I love that you've also brought your family into the business, and so now you got Alison and Abby here with you as well, and so and them taking the reins and continuing that tradition is just really fun and inspiring as well. So, Alison, I know you and Abby are playing key roles in operating the Southern Insurance Group today, and what you guys have done, and where I think you're taking it and continuing to go is just been exciting to watch. So what are some of the things that you're most excited about in terms of your future and and what you guys are doing at Southern, but also now being part of the Integrity family.
Yeah, Brian. So I grew up in the business, and I watched my parents build something from the ground up, just like they said, from my grandmother's kitchen table. And I am so happy for them and the opportunity that it's given me and my sister. And I still feel like I have a lot to learn in my career, and I can't wait to be a part of the team with so many experienced leaders at Integrity. And not to mention, so many people need the insurance products that our agents provide, and I'm grateful that we'll be able to serve more of them at this point with this partnership. We also feel like a growth opportunity is still out there for us, and being part of Integrity can help us take advantage of all of them. It also feels really good to know that we're all still in it together as a family.
Yeah, that family aspect is such a big thing, and I, you know, Alison, we've all talked about it. I've got a son named Shiloh that he shares my birthday. In fact, we were also born on my mom's birthday. So I loved growing up having, you know, just that kind of birthday buddy kind of feel. And now we've got 3 of us in our family that share the same birthday. And a little known fact about y'all's family is you and Abby actually share the same birthday. Your birthday buddies are born a few years apart, but what's that like growing up?
It was actually the exact opposite of your experience. I actually, because I was the oldest sibling, so and we had a June birthday in the 11th, so we always had pool parties, and so I would always get to invite my friends, and Abby would always get to invite her friends, and you know, we didn't want to hang out with Abby and her friends. We did not like that growing up. Abby loved it, of course, because she got to hang out with older kids. But now, you know, that Abby and I are older, we love sharing that special day together.
It's so funny you say that. It's so funny you say that because I loved having my mom's birthday. I just loved it. I thought it was a really cool thing that not many other people had, and not anybody that I knew really had. And I was talking about it one day, and I was like, man, and this before we had Shy, and I was like, man, I would love to have a baby on my birthday because it was just such a cool bond that we had. And Robin was like, are you crazy? Like, I bet your mom hated it. So we called my mom, and my mom was like, yeah, she was like, I didn't like it at all. Like, at some point it became cool, but I didn't like it at all in the early days. And so, the person who hates it the most now is my wife, Robin, because whenever she plans for, you know, Shiloh's first birthday party, she also had to plan for my birthday and for my mom's birthday. So every birthday is kind of a bigger to do for her. Now, I love efficiency, and so like what I tell her is, hey, but this is way more efficient. You're done. Like one day and you're done. But we all love it now, and I love the fact that I've got Shiloh born on my birthday, and it's been a lot of fun. So it's funny to hear the other side of that. Well, I know that family is such a big part of what you guys have built, and I just love the fact that you all have built an agency with such an amazing legacy. And that next generation is there to come, you know, help you guys continue to grow and take it forward. Mark and Emily, I'm sure you feel incredibly proud to have your daughters working with you, especially now that you're part of the Integrity family. So what was it about Integrity that made you want to join the platform?
Well, Brian, our girls have been with the company their whole lives. They labeled and stuffed envelopes for direct mail, and we started out paying them $5 an hour. For them to have the opportunity of working with so many great leaders at Integrity is really a dream come true. Like any parent would, we want to see our girls succeed and take the company to the next level. We're also so thrilled about the employee ownership program and what it means for the people who are so critical to our success. Integrity has the resources that will put all of us in a position to learn more and do more. We think it'll be a huge benefit for Alison, Abby, and all of our employees.
Yeah, that's right.
I've met with y'all's employees recently, and man, you talk about an impressive group of young, energetic, sharp, knowledgeable people. Man, you've got the team, and I'm excited to back them for sure. Sorry, Mark, I interrupted you there.
That's okay. I was just going to say, it's kind of it's a wonderful thing that over 40 years, I've met a lot of people in the industry, and I've watched them. With respect of joining forces with you guys at Integrity and have their business grow more than they probably had before. You can't see that and not be impressed. I like to say that Integrity is the biggest and baddest distributor out there. Who wouldn't want to be part of that? So we're extremely proud of what we've built, but I think we can see a path for even more growth and expansion with Integrity. Integrity has unbelievable resources on our own. I don't think we could pull that off. This lets us focus on bigger and better things now, Brian. So we know there's a lot of opportunity for us out there. And personally, I feel like I have a lot to offer as an Integrity team member, of course. I know a lot about the business, and I'm excited to be, able to jump in and help make a difference for all of us.
Man, and listen, we agree. We're excited for y'all to jump in and in normal times, with everything that's going on in the world, it's a little tougher now. But one of the best parts, I think, about Integrity is, well, one is being able to come together in formats like this with Inspire Podcasts. The other is all of the events that we do, and we get together a lot, and we call it the Integrity family. So we bring in a lot of our partners and leaders on a regular basis to try to get together and look for ways that we can continue to grow and expand. And I just love that camaraderie that you build. And so this time will pass in the world's history, and we all know it will. I can't wait to get back to those days that we can come in and learn from each other, grow together, celebrate together, etc. It's going to be a lot of fun that I'm really excited about. Now, you guys brought something up as you first kind of started talking that I got to come back to because I'm just intrigued. So, Mark, you started out as a photographer. How did you get into photography, and how did that start?
Wow, that was a long time ago, wasn't it? My mom gave me a 35 millimeter camera that she actually won in a drawing there in our hometown of Centerville. And I just picked up taking pictures of, animals and flowers and people. And I got pretty good at it. And a buddy of mine was a photographer there in town. And that's how he and his dad made a living. And he got me in the business. So I went to work for a company traveling, doing portraiture and weddings. And then we opened up a studio on West Main Street in Franklin, Tennessee, pretty famous little town. And one afternoon, this gal came in the office, and she wanted to get her modeling portfolio done. And she'd heard I was pretty good. That was Emily. And so the rest is.
Well, so Emily, so you went in to get your picture taken. Were you planning on going to Hollywood, or what was the plan?
Brian, I had aspirations of being a model, getting into the modeling career at the time. I was working in the finance department at Service Merchandise at the time, but I wanted to do bigger and better things. So I went in there that day with the intentions of getting some photos modeling.
So, yeah, what it was going to cost? And this is back in like 1977. I said, it's $250. And she said, that's way too much. And she walked out. And a couple weeks later, I called her up and asked her out on a date. And she said, well, she was busy. And I said, well, you're lying. She said, well, come on up. And I took a cheap bottle of wine up, and, we got together and got to be, real close. And, 6 months later, we were married.
So you let her actually leave. You said $250 and she left, and you let her actually walk out the door, and you saved her number. You said, hold on, I gotta call her back. I can't quit thinking about her. I should have taken that girl's picture.
Exactly. And so I did do the portfolio for her, and she, I reduced the price all the way down to $75. And you know what? She still owes me $75.
Well, she's giving. What was that?
I guess I need to pay him.
No, I think he's been paid. I think he's been paid well enough. You can always tell how good of a salesman someone is, and this proves that Mark was destined to be in sales. And so I'm glad you made that leap from photography and what you were doing to serving people in the Medicare market, because the business is certainly much better for you guys being in the business. And talk about just a fun story. I think that's what's been cool about Inspire Podcast here, is what we've been able to do is it personalizes people, right? Is you people, you might be competitors with them and different things of that nature, but how well do you really know them until you've got sat down and just visit with them? And so it's almost like sitting around a campfire with people and just getting to talk and getting to know each other. In fact, Alison, we were talking about y'all going on your family fishing trips up to Alaska, and how the most fun thing that you guys would do is kind of sitting around having a beer and sitting around a campfire and just getting to know people, right? And so this is kind of like that, and this is what I think is so much fun, because it kind of tears down stereotypes and things of that nature, and allows people to get to know their other partners that we're all aligned with, which is going to be a lot of fun when we all get to come together again and sit around a real campfire, a real a table, and have fun. But I just want to tell y'all, this has been so much fun today for me, and so it's so fun to get to know all of you better and get to work with all of you. And Mark, as you said, we know you've got a lot left in the tank, and a lot of things we can all do together, and we can't wait to do that with you and Emily and Alison and Abby for many, many years to come. So thank you guys for trusting us here at Integrity, and we're super proud to be your partner.
That's great, Brian. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
I'm absolutely getting blown up here by text from people who remember you guys, and people from the past and present and future. We wouldn't really be there. I met Mark and I met in 2005 or 6, and it was such a memorable meeting that Mark doesn't remember. But Todd Fincher, Todd Fincher, one of our other partners and president of Tidewater, whenever we first got our deal done with Todd said, man, you've got to call Mark Gilliam. Alison and Abby are just rock stars in the industry, and we're super excited about having them on what they're doing, and we need to talk to them about having them become partners here at Integrity. And so really excited about just that. That's what we find, and we had Ryan Kimball say a lot of the same things. We had a lot of different partners who were really excited. So I asked Todd and Ryan to just join us real quick and just welcome you guys to the family. Todd, are you there with us?
I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, man, how are you? Brian, I got to tell you why I said that. I was so tired of Southern Insurance kicking my tail every time I tried to recruit in Tennessee. I said, I got to get them to join us.
I think that's what you said. That's what you said. You said, man, we keep getting beat up by these guys. You need to call them.
That's exactly right. Hey, Gilliam family, guys, welcome. I'm really excited for y'all and for us at Integrity. Excited to be your partner. I say that as a joke, but it's kind of true, man. You guys have your reputation with your agents and the agencies y'all work with. Nobody ever says a bad word about Southern. You just have a great reputation, and I'm really excited to be your partner. So if there's anything I can do or my staff can do over the next couple of weeks as you guys kind of get integrated into the family, give us a call, and man, sky's the limit. Let's as the GOAT would say, the ceiling is the roof. We're going to go. We're going to keep. I'll borrow a term from Donald Trump, guys. We're winning so much, you're going to get sick of winning over here on this team. We just keep winning.
Well, I also heard the same from Ryan Kimball. Ryan, are you there with us?
Yeah. Hey, Brian, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you great, man.
Hey, Mark, Emily, guys, congratulations. When I heard the news, super excited for you all. I'd say very much like Todd, we have been strong competitors, and you guys have created a phenomenal company. Very envious over the distribution you guys have built in the MA space. And Mark, we've known each other for a long time, and I just could not be more happy to have you guys on as partners. So same thing with Todd. If you guys need any help, we'd love to walk you through and kind of tell you what we've been doing with Integrity. We've been doing it for a few months now, and we have been pleasantly surprised with everything that's happened so far. So you guys are going to kill it. Congrats again, and super proud to be partners with you now.
We really appreciate that, Ryan.
Well, guys, I'm getting hit up by Jeff Sams, and Alan Town said that he used to work with you years and years ago. But I know all of our partners are really excited about having you guys on the team and as part of the Integrity family. This is one of those opportunities, I think, for us to come together and really grow even faster than we could have on our own. And so we're excited about supporting that next level of growth and certainly supporting Alison and Abby and your entire family going forward. So we're going to have a lot of fun. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to tell you thank you so much for joining us. Mark, Emily, and Alison, this was so much fun. I'd love to even sit down and keep talking about this, and I can't wait until we're back together again to be able to do that. But thank you again for joining us as partners. We're so proud to be your partner and can't wait to see where we can go with Southern and also Integrity for many, many years to come. So hope you guys have a great week. God bless you, everybody. Thanks again. We'll talk to you soon.